Didn't really seem like he wanted to be there. I mean, they're not wrong, so...
I think Laura does a great job as a GSI, but sometimes, and I do mean sometimes, it isn't frequent. I don't think the language she uses is appropriate in a learning environment. It's fucking bullshit.
Ross is not a cool cat. I am not Ross.
Grow back that beard, yo. I'm working on it.
Ryan doesn't explain concepts very well and is not a very engaging speaker. Whatever.
More handouts!
Davis does tend to get a bit excited and sometimes can confuse the class and himself.
He tried.
I'm gay, but she's really cute.
Thank you, Fred Ward.
She was very organized but hard to understand at times.
She doesn't know the material any better than the students, so 90% of the time she's unable to answer questions. Fuck you.
Strength. Really enthusiastic about the subject. Weakness. Sometimes doesn't seem that he paid attention to lecture. That's because I was usually sleeping.
Despite how highly George thinks of himself, he is a condescending asshole who should not be allowed to teach. He was blatantly rude and disrespectful to students who struggle to understand the material. He often hurt people's feelings by belittling them, seemingly for the sake of his own ego.
Suggestions for improvement? Fire Bill Shaw.
Hire a different instructor than Bill Shaw.
Ross is not a cool cat. I'm not Ross, so why are they writing this?
Jay is gaining more confidence over the semester, but it would be great if he had even more confidence.
I would vote for Patricia to be the next president if she ran. I don't know if that's really saying something because Trump is our president, so.
She tends to look up at the wall and not at the class when she's talking. Slightly distracting, but I understand why she does it. Eye contact can be awkward. Can you believe that? I make tremendous eye contact. Everybody thinks so.
Suggestions for improvement. Learn the value of compassion and kindness. Perhaps meditation for his anger issues would help. I'm not sure how George can work on his arrogance, though. I imagine incessant failure in social relationships will be what ultimately humbles him. I don't even know what to say.
She is very knowledgeable and down to earth, without the arrogance of most MCB grad students.
He has superhuman hearing. He can detect that someone has a question from across the room. This of course isn't the case. I merely smell fear from a mile away.
Ross is not a cool cat. I guess. I'm not Ross, so... I don't know.
I felt that she did not do an effective job. That is why I've attended Grant King's discussion section, a different GSI, for the majority of the semester.
Quirky and timid.
You didn't come to my discussion sections. How do you know I didn't do an effective job?
Strengths. Sassy mannerisms. I'd say so.
Very humor and infectious.
Suggestions for improvement. Nah, he Gucci. What does that even mean?
Ross is not a cool cat. Not a cat.
Also, but probably out of the instructor's control, but the final is at 8 a.m. on Monday, and that really, 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 really fucking blows for a course that's mostly memorization. Like, I can't reason my way to a bunch of G names. I have a busy and fucked up life and insomnia, so I'm really getting shafted up a new asshole by this scheduling. 40% of my grades shouldn't be determined by what I fail to remember on no sleep. Seriously, try harder to put it later in the day. Woof.
I think you are a beautiful masterpiece, and the way you present yourself is so artful. I feel bad when I come dressed like a hobo to section. Aw, it's so sweet.
The room for office hours was very small. Perhaps try for a larger one next semester. Well, let me build you a fucking building.
I kind of felt like he was judgmental at times, which is why I did not feel comfortable asking questions sometimes or participating in class. He is really knowledgeable on the subject, but at the same time he does not seem to be too understanding.
Okay, let's see. She can make you feel kind of dumb, like when she says, "Come on guys, this is easy." Well, come on, this is easy.
George is great. Long live George. Most definitely.